back to Apex Catering Academy. I welcome you back after a very long time of making a video. Today I want to take us on how to cover a fondant icing cake, and I'm training new students in this summer season, this holiday class, and the class is that kids can bake. As you can see, you will see my kids learning with me. So I want to cover a square cake with fondant icing. I want us to follow while we go through the whole process. Let's start. Okay, how to cover a square fondant cake. As you can see, I have two layers of square cake over here. So what I do is to trim the first layer and the second layer, trim them very well. Then using my butter icing, I'll rub on the first layer, rub it evenly, and then place the second layer of my square cake on it. When I place the second layer, I'll now check the cake to see if it's equal. To check it properly and see if it is equal. If it's not equal, if it's bending one side or we have an empty space, I will now use a cake crumbs which I've trimmed from the first and second layer and fill it. After filling it, I'll now check if the size is the same, is equal, as you can see on the video here. After that, I will now coat the empty space using my butter icing mixed with cake crumbs. Then I now fill the empty space, making the cake to become one cake instead of two different cakes, as you can see on the video here. Then I will now butter coat the cake very well using my butter icing and my butter knife. I coat it very well. You can see now it's now a very big cake, looking fine, looking smooth and beautiful. And the work of this butter icing is that before I'll cover my cake with fondant, I will now cover with butter icing so that the butter icing will be able to hold my cake very well, hold it tightly, stick the fondant will be able to stick on the cake which I've already butter coat, or which I've already butter. As you can see now, I've rolled out my fondant icing. This is my fondant icing, and the style I'm going to use to cover this cake is blanket method. Actually, we have two methods of covering fondant cake. This is blanket method. The fondant icing is white and is already rolled very well, and you have to roll enough to cover the cake. So look at how I'm rolling it. The next thing I have to do, I'll now use my rolling pin and carry the fondant already rolled icing and cover my square cake like a blanket, as the name implies. You see, just watch very well and see the process. So look at what I'm doing over here. My students are watching patiently and eagerly waiting to see the outcome of our beautiful square cake. So I'm on it already. I'll now use my fondant smoother to smoothen the side. See, I'm arranging it to see how to cut out the excess fondant on it. So just watch. You see what I'm doing on the video here. So check, and so that you'll be able to do your own like that after watching this video. So I'll use my fondant smoother. I'm making use of two because I cannot work with a bare hand while on this fondant right now. So whatever I'm doing, I'm holding two fondant smoother, using one to work and using one to support. So I'll be using the two fondant smoother, hold the very edge, the first edge very well tightly and cut out the excess part. And look at what I'm doing to the second side as well. Hold tightly and cut out. And before you know, we have a neat, well covered fondant cake. Just watch. Actually, covering a square cake using fondant used to be a difficult one on me, but I've devised a means of doing it faster, because initially I don't do this method, but you can see now it's a bit easier for me now, because this is a new method I just find out for myself. So when I'm done with that, I'll now use my pizza cutter to cut out the excess fondant. As you can see in the video here, I've cut out the excess part. The cake is, I'm not done making the whole cake, but it's looking very beautiful already, and the students are happy as they watch me do that. So if this is your first time of coming to our channel, just know that you will learn a lot following us or subscribing to our channel. We are going to have a very beautiful cake. Just follow as you watch. So you make use of your smoother very well as you drag down some part of the fondant icing on the cake, and using the pizza cutter you cut out the excess part. If it's the area you have to use scissors, you do that and do it neatly so as not to cut or tear the cake. Making cake is not too easy, not too simple, but we just have to apply patience while doing all this so that we'll be able to have a neat cake. Now the next process is to get a sharp edge on this square cake. So this is one of my methods of using to get a sharp edge on this cake. So I will now turn the cake upside down using a neat cake board, and making use of my fondant smoother, I will drag down some part of the fondant, drag it down neatly, smoothly and gently. When I'm done doing that, I'll now use a pizza cutter to cut the excess part, and by so doing I'll be able to get the sharp edge on this very cake. As you can see from the video, the little part I've dragged down is there, but please and please, whenever you're doing your own, don't do it with too much muscle. Don't apply too much pressure, because if you do that, you end up tearing your neatly covered cake. Some people don't do this sharp edge. Instead of ruining your work because you want to get a sharp edge on your cake, you just leave it like that, having a smooth edge. It does not make your cake any less, but I know sharp edge or razor sharp edge is always beautiful on my cake. So if you can do that, you do it. If you can't do it, you practice until you learn. Just wait and see how this cake will look. So we actually learned, I think, 3 things here today. Firstly, how to butter coat your cake. Secondly, how to cover a blanket covering method of fondant icing. And thirdly, how to get a razor sharp edge on your square cake or rectangle cake, whichever. Okay, how did you see this cake? The sharp edge is something else. Look at how beautiful the cake is. And we have started designing the cake, although the customer did not request for any color of design, but we decided to make it fine and beautiful for him, the cake for a client. So what you do for you to use for you to hold your design on your cake, you use water, or you can use edible gum on it. So when you rub water on your cake, fondant cake, then you place any fondant design you have on it, it will stick on it, and here you have a fine cake. You have a fine design. We are still in the process. Almost done. At this point, how are you seeing our cake? How are you seeing this fine cake and the design? It's a cake that doesn't have a very big, too much design anyway, but it's looking awesome. I already have my sticker ready, and I'll just place the sticker of the celebrant on the cake. Or you can call it a cake topper. Cake topper helps beautify the cake, not only beautify the cake, and also say something about the cake and the owner of the cake, in case you don't know anything about cake topper. Okay, the cake, we are almost done making this cake. We are almost done, and beautifying this cake with you, or designing this cake with you, my people, is one of the reason why we are here. So I want you all to see, follow us, and get more of this from us. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, like, share our video, give us a thumbs up. We are Apex Catering Academy. We'll always be here for you. Thanks for watching. Bye.